What is going on? What's going on, y'all? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me, rocking out. And I appreciate that. Much love to Seal Nation, Cool Table Family, Mikey Verse, one network, one umbrella, one family. Sorry, I'm gonna go out of breath. I had to go run and go grab something real quick and come back right before the screen started. Man, I was cooking. Sorry for the late start, people, but I was getting some videos ready. I was having some trouble getting some of these clips uploaded, and I wanted to make sure that I had everything ready to go. So, you know, we had to push it back a little bit, but we're here rocking out, and we're about to have a wonderful conversation discussing and breaking down Zack Snyder's appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast. Thank you guys for being here. Let's check this chat real quick. Do a chat check. Right? Much love to everybody that's been here early, patiently waiting. We got the homie Sin Havoc in the building. Anatoly, right? Hold My Dual Shock and came through. Shouts out to Hold My Dual Shock. I was just watching some more of their content earlier today. Man, got a lot of love for that platform. Make sure you guys give them a sub and go comment and all that stuff as well. Shouts out to everybody over there. All you guys are amazing. We got a Curly Ray in the building. What's going on? We got Music City Soul. Man, look, hey, I'm about to do the robot on Music City Soul one of these days. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm at to pull up. Right? Nah. I don't want no smoke. We got Charles Austin in the building. What's going on, Charles Austin? We got GDI, Geek Defense Initiative, in here. Much love. Bad Dan. Thanks for coming through, homie. Appreciate you. Right? We got South Cali Guy. Much love, South Cali Guy. Thank you for stopping through. We got the good Austin in the building. Shouts out to the cool table. You know what I'm saying? You already know. It's always a great day when the Flash is making an appearance, right? And shouts out to Mama Bear Art Doll, right? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for trying to check in on me. Domi Peely told me what was up, and I already knew, right? We got MD in the building. What's going on, MD? Right, much love. Castello's Way. What's going on, Phil? Right, the Creed says at last felt like forces were stopping this shit. Man, look, ain't nothing stopping this stream, yo. Ain't nothing stopping this train whatsoever. It's not happening. Much love. Rock Talks. We got the homie DJ Rocco in here, right? Killing it. Future Trons in the building. Right, Joe Nathan. Much love, all you guys. Much love to Mr. West Assie's in the building, right? Yeah, we got another two. All right, Venkata. Much love, all y'all, yo. All right. I want to thank all y'all for being here. Let's get through these opening statements so we can go ahead and get to this interview, because I've been waiting to break this down, waiting to talk about it, and really get out here and discuss it with you guys. But as you guys know, we're going to road to 2K, trying to hit 2,000 before the end of 2024. You know what I'm saying? I almost forgot what year it was, man. I've been grinding so much. Almost forgot what year it was. Crazy. Make sure you guys are liking it, sharing it out, all that good stuff. Hitting the notification bell so you know when I'm going live and all that. We're trying to increase the bandwidth of this hashtag movement right here, Zack Snyder Sell movement, right? So all you guys that have been rocking out, we have been doing nothing but making tremendous amounts of progress this last year. And make sure that you guys are currently streaming all of these DCEU projects that are on Netflix before they leave at the end of the month. And or except Man of Steel for some weird reason. I wonder why Man of Steel stands. It's a little weird, ain't it? But anyway, yes. Make sure that you guys are tapped in with this movement and all that, because we're really going places, and we just want all you guys to come along with us. So if you want to rock out, the rules of engagement are just be positive when you're using the hashtag. Don't mix them, as we're trying to keep the messaging as focused and effective as possible. And don't tag or mention, quote, tweet, or anything like that anybody over at WBD, right? Which is including but not limited to one James Gunn, right? So we want to make sure we're having the right conversations and having them in the right manner, and we're going to continue doing so. So shouts out to everybody that's been rocking out and that will be rocking out in the future. CSJL to Netflix on YouTube and Twitter are both platforms that you guys should be following and subscribe to. All the pertinent information will be coming from those platforms as well as myself and Leon of the New Geeks. Right. If you want to sponsor a stream, when you guys donate super chats, you will be sponsoring a following stream and have your name scroll across the bottom. And we also offer a membership level that allows for logo placement too. So we want to make sure that we're giving back to people that are donating to this platform in creative ways. And because I'm in the mood, if you are a member, I will give away a Netflix, a free month of Netflix, a $20 Netflix gift card today on stream if you are a member. So make sure that you're signed up and you will be entered in to win a membership, right? So shouts out to all you guys, and don't let me forget, because I'm gonna give that out at the end. Matter of fact, let me add the thing. Yeah. So I don't forget. All right, because I don't want to forget. Okay. Yep. Make sure that you guys are streaming all these DCEU projects and Rebel Moon as well. We really about to ramp up this momentum going into next month, and y'all should be here for it. So, and lastly, but certainly not least, the campaign is ending very soon. inktothepeople.com/salesdsjl. Head on over there and grab a t-shirt. If you have not already, that is benefiting AFSP, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Much love, you guys that have already ordered your shirts. I got both of them. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys head on over there, click that donate button if you can, and if not, just share the link and try to let people know that we got this fundraiser going for AFSP. So I'm just trying to do some good out there in the name of Zack Snyder Cell Movement. Let's get caught up with the chat real quick, and then we'll get started with the show. Right. All right. Yo, what's going on, Curly Ray? How you doing, bro? Hope you're feeling good. Right. Future trying to say Zack Snyder was shooting targets. That's coming up on the next Zack Snyder hour, yo. I'm definitely gonna talk about that on the next Zack Snyder hour. We have been, we've been blessed to be getting so much like positive news, man. And I really rock with Zach. And we got Zach Wick. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, man, with me having my army background, I can definitely appreciate some good old target shooting. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that was beautiful. That was a beautiful thing to watch. Right? Muzzle awareness was on point. You know? Oh man. Right. Oh, thank you for being here, Mama Bear, and all you guys being here rocking out with me really makes me feel better. Right. So I'm happy to be here with all of you guys. What's going on, Nessa? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Once again, people, if you have not seen the Sit Down with Skywalker featuring Nessa Noel, go on and check that out on my platform. She's a dope actress that has a lot to say, and it was great being able to talk with her. So I appreciated the opportunity. Right. We got Nova Joe in the building. Right. Yeah, everybody noticing that Man of Steel is the one that's staying. What's up, Kal-El? Hope you're having a great day. What's going on, South Cali guy? All right, yes. Yeah. And he said, we got your back, Scott. Yes. Curly Ray says, next week is big. 3-year anniversary of ZSJL and the release of Rebel Moon House of Blood Axe issue 3. Yo, Our plans for 318 are big, and I really hope that it can be a moment where the entire fan base can come together for one cause, and that is for furthering, Zach's DC universe, yo. Like this, like, look, Rebel Moon is happening. We have part one. We're getting part two. We're getting director's cuts. More than likely getting to part three. We know how massive that this shit's gonna be, right? So it's like we can totally get a continuation of Zach's DC art and finish this thing out, right? And I think it's going to be very imperative that we show the power of this fan base and its ability to come together. So, I was just going over the plans with the homie Leon, man, and we're very excited about what we got planned for you guys on 318, and I just want I'm actually going to be doing a stream too, kind of putting out what we want to do on that day. I think either the day before or either 2 days before, but it'll be either on the 17th or the 16th. But just be ready, be prepared for 318, and know that we're about to come together and make history. 100%. I don't mean that in any other way other than me being dead serious. Like, we're gonna come together, and I truly believe that this fan base can. Ever since the Cell thing started, it's been kind of like weird not getting the support of certain sections of the Zack Snyder fan base, right? And we've just kind of had to do this thing on our own, and which we've had no problem doing that. But I do think it's important to kind of show that there is strength in numbers, and even if it's for one day, we should be able to just come together. You did. So I'm very excited, and we're gonna see what happens. But 318 is about to be, see. Yeah, it's already been 3 years, Peely. That's what I'm saying. Like, we need to get this shit, man. Like, yo, right? He said, Sky, everyone not gonna join in. And I don't care who does or doesn't, right? But I do think that it is important to at least offer the opportunity for people to do right by this situation. That's what I'm more or less going for, is we're going to offer the opportunity for everybody to do right, and we're going to see what's going to happen, right? And the response should be very telling. The people saying it's crazy y'all had to do this alone. Yep, it's already known, right? It's already known. Said you already know that they're gonna be demanding credit. Hey, this should be bigger. See, this should be bigger than that, right? Should be. That's what's crazy, right? But we're gonna see. Let's check in with the new guys, and then we're gonna get started with the show.
Steppenwolf, have you begun the conquest?
Yo, I feel it's really important to break down this interview, because it was a whole lot in there, right? And I'm not going to cover everything that he talked about. Obviously, there is a link in the description for you to go check out the full interview, which is already over 1 million views, right? So very happy about that. But I just got a few things that I kind of wanted to highlight here and then kind of talk about with you guys. And this is some of the spicier stuff. Some of it, right? I mean, a whole lot of it I didn't think was that spicy. You know what I'm saying? But you know how the internet gonna do, right? Anything Zach says, they're gonna come out and try to hate on it or whatever, get clicks. So we just about to offer up a fan's perspective to this whole thing. Firstly, Zach spoke about something that resonated with me a whole lot. And it, especially after this whole cell thing started, because it's something that Leon and I come back to a whole lot when we're having conversations about like the cell movement and this whole campaign. And that's been the why, right? Like the why of why we're doing this, right? And that's been the one thing that's been able to keep us on track, you know, with all these obstacles that we've had to face over this past year and some change. So hearing Zach speak about the why of his films, right, and things that necessarily like might have gotten taken out or taken out of context a lot of times with his director's cuts versus the theatrical versions, you see why the why is important, right? Because a lot of times that can be, you know, when you watch BVS, the theatrical version versus the ultimate edition, you don't get Superman's whole point of view pretty much, right? Like, one, it's mainly a Batman movie, whereas I think that the director's cut turns into a Superman movie because it's most of the Superman stuff that was taken out, right? You didn't understand why Superman was so upset with Batman. You got why Batman was upset with Superman, but that wasn't even like fully fleshed out, right? So the why is important. And to hear him speak about why his director's cuts have kind of been so different, I thought it was super dope. But let's hear Zach kind of speak about that from his own lips, right?
Audience board might say something like, well, this is a sci-fi movie, so it's too much. But if it was a horror movie, it'd be fine. But it's a sci-fi movie, so it's not fine. Or it's a superhero movie. That was the whole thing with Batman versus Superman. I remember the ratings board said, we just don't like the idea of Batman fighting Superman. I was like, well, what is that? Like, but how is that your opinion? Like, how is that? That has nothing to do with the rating.
The ratings didn't
they kept saying, like, they kept making it an R. They kept coming back with an R for us. And we were like, what do you want us to cut out? And they were like, well, we just don't like the idea of Batman fighting Superman. I was like, I can't take that out. That's the movie.
That's so ridiculous that they would have that kind of power.
So it was crazy. So we really had to trim it super.
Do you think that affected the final version?
I mean, if you see the director's cut of Batman vs. Superman, it's much better. It's a much better movie. In my opinion, it's a much better movie.
Well, it's representative of what you actually wanted to create.
Yeah, and I think that's true of all the director's cuts that I've done. Is that it's just a glimpse into the why that you get to see better the why of the movie, the why of its origin, because like obviously something kept me awake for 2 years writing. Something kept me jazzed about like, fuck yeah, I can't wait to do this. I draw for Rebel Moon, like I drew 3,000 storyboards for that movie. Like that is like a lot of work, you know.
That's a lot of work.
To like, you know, you got to care. That's 5 months of drawing after I've written the script.
Wow.
So I've written the script for a year and a half, and then I draw the movie for like another 5 months.
Wow.
It's fucking insane.
Oh my God, you must have been going nuts.
Yeah,
you must have been missing Fortnite.
Yeah, that was before Fortnite. If I had by the way.
Right, man, you hear that passion, yo? Him talking about, you know, it kept him up all this time writing this film. and then drawing it right. And you need that. You need the why. This is, and it's funny because we keep saying the word why, but this is why these things have resonated with people so much, and why these things have lasted for so long, and why they've been campaigned for, argued over, right? Like poured through, critiqued, and why people still talk about these things to this day, right? Because we feel that passion, we feel that energy. It comes through his projects, right? So when you get a project like BVS and you see how damn near like every frame of that movie is like a painting, and there's all these like little nods and callbacks and Easter eggs and um, themes and motifs, and like there's all these different things going on. We get to feel that, right? So especially with the director's cut. So I'm very excited for Rebel Moon Part 2, even more excited for the director's cuts that are going to come in the summer. And I think that we really have something where um, we're going to feel that energy all over again. We're going to feel that care. We're going to feel that passion through the screen, right? I absolutely do believe that. GDI says, I remember how Dark City got an R rating for being too complicated. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dark City, they said, look, this is too complicated. Which I actually love that movie. Mr. Murdoch, yes. Right? No more inconsistencies in your behavior, right? Oh my God. What's going on, Bishop? Much love, much love. Right? Yeah, even the ratings board were being haters. Absolutely. Think about that, right? Saying, hey, we don't like the idea of Batman fighting Superman, so it's rated R. That's crazy, right? But Zach don't know comics? Like that's wild, yo. Like there are so many people that even tried to take excerpts from this interview and try to say, ah, see, Zach really don't know comics, right? Zach is the one that don't know comics, but BVS had to be rated R because they didn't like the idea of Batman fighting Superman. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, right? Crazy. Fortnite needs a collab with Zack Snyder. Hey, if Zack ends up in Fortnite, it's a wrap. All right. Yeah, Anatoly. We're gonna be there. Castello's Wade with the $2 super chat saying that's a man who loves his art. No, for sure. Right? And matter of fact, the drop that I'm gonna give you, I think is oh man, that's hilarious. But no, Zach absolutely loves his art. He absolutely pours passion and energy into all of his projects, and I think that the the respect that he has for his fan base and for his viewers, for his audience, for us to be able to get it and understand these things and not look at what's going on as just like a surface level thing most of the time, and to expect more from these films. I think that all comes through in his work. So he absolutely loves his art and he loves filmmaking, and I can definitely guarantee you that that's why it pours through in his projects. But let me give you a drop that I think, because somebody else agrees with you about how Zach loves what he does.
I like Zach a lot as a guy, and he was an incredibly thorough. He did all his own storyboards and stuff, which I think influenced me when I went on to my movies and do the same thing. And I saw how incredibly prepared he was. I thought it was great.
Hilarious, right? Oh man, we got Batman in the building. We had the Flash in here earlier, right? So we got a few members of the Justice League stopping through. Much love to the homies, the new geeks, right? Be on the lookout for something with me and Leon coming very soon too. Yeah, very soon, very soon. You dig? Imagine Zack and Fortnite with Peter Griffin, right? That'd be wild. What up, Paulo? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. He said it's not even their job to tell Zach what idea they don't like. That's what I mean. Yo, look, don't this shit just feel a little bit deeper, man? Like this don't feel like no surface level situation at all. Because just think about that, right? Imagine them trying to tell Christopher Nolan, look, I don't like this idea of you know, of the Joker having more screen time than Batman, or having more impact than Batman in like a Batman movie, or just something crazy like that, or just whatever. Like, hey, we don't like the idea of Bane taking over the stock market. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, it's wild. It would be insane. Like, yo, we just don't like the idea of that. Like, what the hell? Just rate what's in the film that you're watching. Just rate it. Right? It's crazy. Oh man, shouts out to the homie Bishop with the $2 super chat. Says Zach is firing up his grill. Look, you already know, man. Zach cooking. You already know Zach cooking. We know Zach cooking. And matter of fact, let me show y'all Zach cooking. Yo, crazy. It's a KFCU. Who made that? That's right. I think that one was Mikey, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't really remember. But I think that was Mikey KFC. So, can you make Batman not fight Superman in your BVS movie? Exactly. Stupid. Right? And yep, Army of Thieves 2 is coming. We're gonna talk about that on the Zack Snyder Hour, right? Yeah, crazy. Oh, it was Marcus. Marcus came up with the KFCU. All right. He said, hey, look, you already know what it is, bro. Definitely deeper. Nah, it is deeper, right? He said he been good lurking. Hey, shouts out to Marcus, yo, for sure. Yo, much love, homie. Rock talks, right? Shot Cali guy says my latest post on Twitter is certainly going to turn a few haters' heads. Uh-oh, I'm gonna go check that out in a little bit. All right. But yeah, Zach talking about the why was definitely something that I thought was super dope and I could resonate with, just because Leon and I have been having so many conversations about like the why of what we're doing. And it's something that we've kind of harkened back to like so often, that when I heard him speak about that, and like, how it keeps him up at night, and that's why he's toiling and, working so hard for this thing. it is the why, and it's our why too, as to why we do the same thing. So I thought that was super dope, and definitely wanted to highlight that. Something else that he kind of spoke about was his director's cuts, right? Because we know how, that's pretty much what Zach's been known for, and you just hear so much like, oh, why, if he can't tell a story in 2 hours, why is he shouldn't have to make a director's. And he actually spoke about why these things have existed in the first place. Let's get into that. I'm gonna play this for you guys, and then we'll come back and speak on it.
This director's cuts, which is a thing now I'm weirdly famous for. The director's cuts were always an answer to a thing that the studio made me do, right? Like, here's my movie. They're like, yeah, we really want you to cut these parts out because they're not cool. They're like, the movie's too long or the movie's too violent or whatever. And I would be like, wow, really? Because I really think that's kind of the why of the movie. And they'd be like, no, it's really important. The focus groups told us that they don't like that. So take it out. So I'd take it out, but then I'd go like, I'd go over to home video right across the street and I'd be like, hey, guys, you want another movie to release? Because I got the shit. And they'd be like, absolutely, whatever you say. Because, at that time, there was a huge market for directors. It gave them a second kick at the can in home video, right? So they would be like, that's so cool. We get a whole other movie to market that like never before seen footage.
Right.
It just feels like a cool thing. And so that was how I've always done my director's cuts, always as a response to what the studio was telling me couldn't be in the movie. Because I never planned. I would always go into it like bright-eyed, like, oh, everyone's going to love this. Including, the studio, when you see my cut, you're going to think it's amazing. And they would like look at it and go like, bro, like this is too much. And so that's where my director's cuts kind of as a practice were born. It was born out of that, me needing to show the world what I intended originally.
Fire. So there you go, straight from the horse's mouth. Straight from the horse's mouth. You dig? Always something that the studios made him take out. BVS is like the best example of that, because Justice League, we don't even count that because that wasn't a normal director's cut situation, right? We would have had to have gotten whatever like the 214 cut was going to be, rather, and then got the 4-hour cut for that to be like a similar situation, or even if it was like some shorter version. But BVS was the best example of that. When you look at what they made him take out the why from Superman, right? Which is the whole movie. And when you looked at the complaints from BVS, each and every single complaint that was made about that film was answered in the director's cut. So that means the film that he wanted to put out, you know what I'm saying? Like, was the masterpiece that everybody has unanimously claimed is much better than the theatrical version. So if everybody has very much so claimed that the director's cut is like vastly superior, and that was actually what he intended with that film, the studio made you get the theatrical version. How is that this man's fault? Right? Like, they should, and taking that 30 minutes out of BVS was once again like one of the biggest blunders ever. With that 30 minutes, that film would have for sure hit 1 billion, right? Because it almost did it, could have done it if it hadn't been taken out of China earlier. We already know that, right? But if that 30 minutes was there, it fixes every single issue that all the critics had and that all of the naysayers had. So, because everybody that's seen that movie is like, man, like, this is fire. Like, why didn't they put this out in the first place? Like, That's literally what people say, right? Said, yep, they should be on Netflix, and we gonna do the thing on 318. You know what I'm saying? Right? Said if the director's cuts were released first, the same people would complain about runtime and R rating, especially for Rebel Moon. Yeah. Here's the thing. That's true because it would have been complaints no matter what, and the R rating probably is true. Oh yeah, and I mean, but I don't know about the 3 hours thing because look, like I watched Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer pretty much made $1 billion almost, right? That was three. I mean, how many? There's been plenty of movies. I mean, Endgame, right? Infinity War probably should have been like 30 minutes longer, right? We didn't even see Thanos get the first Infinity Stone, right? So, yeah, like, nah, the whole runtime thing, I'm not sure. R rating, I can definitely see that. But at the same time, I don't think that some of the general audience complaints would have been the same. I do not think that they, because like there was some general audience members that felt that the movie was like moving kind of fast and everything, and that certain things weren't fleshed out, like the Superman half of the story, which obviously the director's cut fixed. So DC Talk said, "Did y'all see Cora new still from Empire magazine?" Yep, yep. All that coming on the Zack Snyder hour. You dig? Yeah. Said that statement mostly applies to WB. Yep. Venkata says the theatrical cut for BVS makes one thing: Batman killed those guys in the prison. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. You know, the studios is absolutely right. 30 minutes cost them everything. Yep, trying to get the MCU audience. Oppenheimer, Dune 2, and the Batman. Facts. This is true, man. All that whole if you can't tell your story and whatever, you know, ridiculous, ridiculous. Inception. I mean, how many Avatar? Like, how many movies have been long? That's been like super dope. That's wild, right? I don't, Oppenheimer pretty much hit 1 billion. If Barbie wouldn't have been in theaters, I think it probably would have. You know, because there was a lot of people. You know, I think that movie did more than. Never mind. I ain't even gonna. I ain't even gonna. I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, I think that Oppenheimer pretty much hit 1 billion, and that for a film like that to be able to hit those marks, especially with it being something that was heavily seen on large premium formats too. I think they said it made about 150 million almost just off of the IMAX screenings, which was something crazy, right? So it kind of flies in a, and it's a traditional like cinema type film where it ain't a whole lot of action. It's almost like all dialogue, you know what I'm saying? And it's gripping from start to finish. So if something like that can be hitting those marks, obviously people are hungry for this type of stuff still, right? And so them forcing certain things out of these movies have cost WB dearly, and it's cost DC dearly as a whole, as we've seen some of the kind of ripple effects that have come since these things happened, right? Right. Hold on. And say, yep, aren't these the same people that who binged on Netflix? Yo, that's what's crazy too. Because they'll be like, yo, I can't watch a 3 hour movie, but then they'll watch a 5 hour season of a show and don't say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just mm, I don't I don't even think so many people are real anymore. I'm so serious, right? Yep, Oppenheimer did clean up at the Oscars, which I knew it was. I was like, that was the best movie that probably came out that year that qualified, for all that cinema, man. IMAX, that was crazy. One that was long, that was super dope, that came out after the DCU was on the outs with 30 minutes of walking could have been that could have been taken out. The Batman was 3 hours, right? Crazy. And that didn't have Superman in it, right? I didn't even know there was a Titanic too, right? Nah, ain't no Titanic too. Say every football game is 3 plus hours. We watch them all day. Facts. Is that is they're not real? Yeah, that's what I'm starting to think, bro. Right? Baseball games are 3 hours, right? Absolutely. But yeah, when it comes to the director's cuts, that's why Zach is the GOAT, right? And that's why it's crazy that people just try to make that whole argument like, he can't tell his stories and this and that. But then you see that his director cuts are fire, and then they only exist because of studio mandates, right? Which then Gunn said, "Oh no, I don't get any, right? I don't get it." Look, oh my God, let's tap back in with the new guys real quick, and then we'll be right back.
Yes. Mighty Steppenwolf, who might have sat here by the side of the Great One, but undone by his self-pride.
Oh man, this one, this one was a doozy, right? This was a doozy. You know, Stranger Things is 7 days long. As facts, right? He said I was on shrooms watching the Batman, and it still felt like, hey, that's crazy. That's crazy, right? Okay. Um, Another thing that kind of was very or a hot topic that came out from this whole thing was Batman's or Zack's stance on Batman killing, right? And I'm like, yo, I've never understood why Zack is the only one that's ever gotten this kind of flack for his Batman killing people. Like every other Batman, right, has killed people. All of them. Like Tim Burton, you know what I'm saying? Like his Batman killed people. Um, Christopher Nolan's Batman killed people. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, why is Zack the only one that gets flack for his Batman killing people? And his stance on this has seemed to have shaken people up. Oh, we didn't got the whole cool table in here now. We got the homie El Necron stopping through. If the movie is good, you ain't checking your watch. That's facts, right? I didn't check my watch one time during Oppenheimer. Absolutely not. That was gripping cinema. You understand me? Gripping, right? Crazy. But he said Keaton been killing in both of his films, right? he threw the black dude down the clock tower shaft, right? You know what I'm saying? And he in returns, he put the bomb in the clown's pants and smiled. You know what I'm saying? Blew homie up, right? How many people did he kill at the League of Shadows in Batman's Begins, Joe? Right? Ra's al Ghul and all of them. How many of them died? It's crazy. But because he saved Ra's al Ghul, I guess that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It's weird. He said even Adam West, right? Facts. Mama Bear says Clooney and West are were the only ones that haven't killed, but we got Leon said even Adam West, right? He said, "Oh man, the homie Marcus with the $5 super chat saying the only theatrical Batman that hasn't killed directly or indirectly is George Clooney. Let him know." So apparently, George Clooney is the only Batman that kept to the canon. All right. So is that what we got to say now, Marcus? That George Clooney is canon? Hashtag Clooney. Yo. Oh my God. Is that what we got, bro? Is that the world we got to live in right now? Where only George Clooney is canon? Is that the world that we got to live in now? Man. Shouts out to the homie Marcus. Let me hit you with this drop real quick, bro. Let me hit you with this one, man.
My master, now that the mother boxes have been destroyed, how will you retrieve your great prize?
Anti-life is found, Assad, and we will stop at nothing to possess it. Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
We got Peely saying Batman is literally a ninja, or just a trained assassin, right? He said he fought some villains and they turned into sand after drinking that formula. Batman knew that would happen too. Right? When Batman first appeared, he had a 45 strapped to his leg, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He said a Clooney killed his bank account with his back credit card. No, that's crazy. He said Clooney almost killed the franchise. Right? No. This is great. This is great, right? He said Keaton Batman blew up Ace Chemicals, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. Oh no. That don't matter. That don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only Zach's. But let's tap in with Zach and let's see what he has to say about the situation. All right, here we go.
Read those two comics. It's hard to go back. You know, to like you want to, and it's because I care that I want to take them apart. Like I want Batman. Like people are always like, well, Batman can't kill, right? So Batman can't kill is canon. And I'm like, okay, well, the first thing I want to do when you say that is I want to see what happens. And they go like, well, don't put him in a situation where he has to kill someone. I'm like, well, that's just like you're protecting your God in a weird way, right? You're making your God irrelevant if he can't be in that situation. He has to now deal with that.
Yeah.
If he does do that, what does that mean? What does it tell you? But does he stand up to it? Can he survive that? Right? As a God, as your God, can Batman survive that?
I never thought that was canon, that Batman can't kill. But
well, for a lot of people, it is.
That seems ridiculous given the circumstances in which he operates.
Yeah, well,
hey, even even Joe Rogan's like, yeah, what the fuck is he talking about? It's bad when you got Rogan like, bro, that sounds dumb as shit. Like, come on, man. No, like, he's absolutely right. Like, what I think we killed Batman is clearly quote after watching this movie. Right, facts. No, I absolutely get it, right? Do you want Batman out there creating or like, causing wanton like, death and destruction or whatever, like rampant? No, absolutely not. Right? But what Zack did with Batman in BVS, I thought was super dope and fresh, right? And we saw Batman at his lowest point, right? Which is this guy is he's like deranged. He's obsessed with this whole killing Superman thing, right? So you just think about that, right? Like if he was in this craze of like, I have to go kill this alien threat that just caused all this death and destruction on a scale of which we had never seen before, right? He's like, this is an existential threat for me. Why would he necessarily, like, if he's already at that point and have given up on that part of his humanity almost, like, why wouldn't he, if somebody was, in his way, why wouldn't he just go extra out of his way to not, like, I don't just think that he would be doing that, like, just going out of his way to not kill somebody that's in his way, trying to complete his mission, which is what he sees as saving the world from this existential threat, right? So, crazy. He said, it seems ridiculous under the circumstances in which he operates. Joe Rogan on Batman killing, quote of the year, for sure, right? What's going on, Floyd? Floyd Lawton. Hope you're feeling better, bro. Right? So was it Nolan who made that popular by him throwing the gun away in Batman Begins? I know he threw it away. Oh yeah, he threw it away in both films, right? Because he did it in Dark Knight, in the Dark Knight too, right? With the other dudes that was dressed up in the Batman suits, and he like, bent the gun and tossed it or whatever. Yeah, like I don't know, man. Is he gonna, like, do I want my Batman causing rampant death and destruction? Absolutely not. Right. But if it makes sense story wise and you're gonna, like, you're going somewhere with it, right? And if he's gonna have to deal with like the right, like he said at the end of BVS, that's why he said that he failed Superman, because he's like, like, I was really out here bugging and I was tripping, and now I have to atone for that now, right? Which is why he goes on this quest in ZSJL, almost like trying to cleanse his soul, right, by putting this team together. I mean, come on, man. See, Zack was cooking, cooking. He said, if he'd have said go deep, I'd have fainted, Marcus, right? Hey, that'd have been crazy. Right? Getting branded by Batman was right? Hey, crazy, right? It was a sick idea. And it's like, two, I'm pretty sure that he knew what was happening afterwards, but he didn't care. He's not knowing that Lex is really the one that's like paying off the inmates to actually do that. He's just thinking, yo, like, I ain't about to go out my way to, I mean, yo, you got to think about that guy that he branded. He was a sex trafficker, right? So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, Batman's like, yo, hey, bro, I don't care what's going to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? But you sick, bro. So, hey, it was crazy. I'm sure that was probably for like the worst of the worst. Right? It's kind of funny. Batmobile has guns. Batwing has guns. But God forbid he carries a gun. Right? Signal who gets the fucking Batman killed the motherfucking ain't real. Oh my god. Right. Leon says Batman's no kill rule and no gun rule is a byproduct of the Comics Code Authority. And beyond that, it's because of Saturday morning cartoon rules. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Leon. Said, oh man, we got the homie Floyd with the $10 super chat saying, thank you, Sky, on the mend. Before I dip out, shout out to the Zack Snyder sale movement. That's all. Hashtag sales VSJ on Netflix. Hashtag sales Snyderverse to Netflix. Floyd, feel better, man. Continue to, to be on the mend, bro. And whenever you're ready, we'll get you back on cartoons and serial or something, and hopefully you'll feel a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to you, homie, and keep pushing through and doing what you're doing. Let me give you a drop real quick. Let me find something. All right. I got to get like a dead shot drop on here. All right. Just for the homie. But let me give you this one. Here we go. The homie Leon said, y'all out here mad because of the Comics Code Authority. Like, so is that why we mad, bro? Mark is saying Batman, the concept within itself is a vigilante, not a Punisher vigilante, but still a person who has deep trauma. And his coping mechanism is to beat the fuck out of him. That's facts, right? And striking fear in their heart, right? He said Comics Code Authority, aka the right to censor and fun ruining. Facts, right? Right, yeah. Much love, y'all. Nah, I thought that was a brilliant quote from Zach. And he's right. You are making him irrelevant if you can't put him in these situations. Because okay. What's another analogy? Okay. Let's take James Bond, right? And let's say that James Bond was never like brought into the modern day. And all you could do with James Bond is you had to keep that character in the 60s, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, James Bond will become irrelevant because you can't just continue to like do things the same way and not like, no, you have to take chances. You have to be able to put um or like or even saying, hey, yeah, James Bond can never be captured by his enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because just don't ever put him in that situation where he's captured. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, that would be dumb, right? Like, no, you have to be able to take certain risks with characters and be able to put them in certain situations where, you know, if it makes sense story wise, that they would have to, you know, go through that, experience it, you know, triumph over it, right? And come back better, you know? But if you don't do that, then hey, Batman does become irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just keep you cannot continue to just produce the same like cookie cutter stuff, right? Just in perpetuity forever. It's not gonna work. Same thing with Superman, right? It was literally the same thing with Superman, right? Where there was this idea of just the Christopher Reeve era Superman, right? And this golden age Superman of like, oh, you know, truth, justice, and the American way, right? And it's like, you know, with him smiling and saving cats out of trees, you can't do that forever, especially not in cinema, right? So, um, you have to be able to put them in these situations and see how they deal with them, and that actually makes them more of a hero if they're able to overcome possibly like having done some things that they wish that they could take back. Absolutely. Right. He said a killing and murder are two different things, right? These gatekeepers are just being dweebs. Facts, right? Batman kills, but what he does not do is kill unnecessarily. He does not murder. He acts in self-defense and the preservation of others' lives. If a villain must die morally, then Batman will oblige, right? And just to keep it a buck too, another reason why they got the no kill rule is so that his villains can keep coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said Batman kills the fuck out of parademons. Demons live now. Yo, Peely, you crazy, bro. Oh my god. They said the A-Team never killed on television. They were hired mercs. Exactly, because it was a television show. Right? That's like saying, yeah, Scooby Doo never killed anybody. It's like, yeah, because it was a cartoon, bro. Oh my god. Right? The the Mystery Machine gang, they never killed anybody, right? The Scooby gang, like, come on, man. Heroes, just like regular people, need to be tested. Absolutely. Is it when the studio hires Zach, they should know what the tone of the movie is going to be already. Absolutely. Right? Like, what did they think that he was going to do? And I'm pretty sure he told them what the story was going to be like. Oh, man, yeah, Batman's going to want to kill Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, yo. South Cali guy says, being a hero is being tested to face adversity and come out the other side. if Batman doesn't get put in these situations, they are dangerously, that are dangerously life threatening. Why would we watch at all? Facts. Exactly, Scott. All these rules are to keep a brand going. Sell toys, cartoons, pajamas, and comics. He said, "You mentioned Scooby Doo and watch James Gunn." Right? Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, this whole Batman can't kill things, hilarious. I think it's funny as shit. But yeah, once again, I am gonna raffle off a free month of Netflix to one of the members. So make sure that you guys are all signed up, and somebody gonna win a free month, right? But another thing that Zach talked about that I wanted to delve into is the response to the hate that he gets, which I thought this shit was hilarious, man. Because Zach's right, man. Like, it just seems like it's cool. Like he's on a very short list of people in Hollywood that are like actually like it's cool to talk shit about, right? So the response to the hate, I think, was very, very interesting. And there's actually a great quote in here from Joe Rogan as well. So let's see what Zach had to say.
That's what I've always, and I feel like genre has allowed me to make those comments,
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and it, look, the funny thing about, what I always find interesting, the thing that I always find fascinating about sort of the movies I've made and how they've landed on pop culture is that, like, I remember, like, in the last article, it was like it said Zack Snyder, love him or hate him, right? Like, and I'm like, hate him? Like, what? I don't understand. Like, what? It's a movie, like
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you look at Rebel Moon, you're like, okay, well, there's not a lot. It's not weird enough. It's not offensive enough to hate him for, right? In my opinion.
People find a reason to hate today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And 99% of those people also hate themselves.
Ooh. Ooh. Hey, that was a cold line, yo. Also, Francis, they really expect Batman to not hold a gun, but just throw batarangs to Darkseid. Grab the Uzi. He said, I wonder what Batman is thinking when he loads up his 50 pounds on the Batmobile. Hopefully, I don't have to shoot him. Yo, y'all killing me, man. That's true. Right? TJ said, like, I'm still trying to understand how Zack Snyder ended up on a Doom 2 review. Love him or hate him. Right? That is hilarious. He said, yo, what did I do? Right? What did I do? What? Like love him or hate him. Bro, what other director like evokes this type of emotion out of people? I don't get it. It's like the more that we love Zach, the more they hate him. That it's weird. Who's invested in what a certain fan base thinks like this? Man, I think these are some of the right questions that need to be asked. Like, who is investing in a fan base? Like, say for instance, right? The only way that I would get mad about how many fans that the Boston Celtics have, or like the only way that I would be invested in that as another fan, right, is if I'm like a Lakers fan, like a rival, like, but do what other director has like a right, like what the hell is going on? Like, why is there so much investment in trying to derail the Zack Snyder fan base? Like, this is these are literally things that I'm thinking about like right now because it just hit me like what why why is there so much hate, right? And if we're a fan base and we like just love what he does, you know what I'm saying, like then who would be invested in us not loving what he does? These are questions that need to be asked. He says Zack's pretty handy with guns too. Some people fear a confident male. Weird behavior. Yo, them saying that Batman can't kill is saying, hey, see, and Zack's out here shooting guns and stuff, right? Like, oh, and he thinks Batman can kill. Right? Then the only way I get mad at any online movement is if they tag me in all their posts. See? The right? They're basically saying that they want Clooney Batman, but don't show up to pay for it. Absolutely. Right? But it's like there's all this hate, man, and y'all see it, y'all feel it as a fan base, right? Right? Anti-Zack Snyder hate has turned into a profitable industry thanks to YouTube and social media that thrives on anger algorithms. Hey, I agree, right? But I do think it's something else out there, right? Because there are certain things that we experience as being like, the heads of the Zack Snyder Cell movement. We can attest to it personally. Like, nah, it's just weird stuff. And it has nothing to do with algorithms or like, anything like that. No, there are like obstacles placed in front of us, like for some weird reason. And so this goes like way beyond just like, because look, if it truly just was about like, hey, the people that want to thrive on the negative clicks and all that, right? Let's just say, hey, they would do their thing and they would thrive off the negative clicks and they would make their content, and then and then we could make our content, and it would just be put out there because I'm pretty sure that they don't have any obstacles or not the same obstacles that I would believe, right? But no, we get all types of other shit, and so it's like, okay, so if we're getting that and we're pretty much seeing how if you go along with the narrative, like how you can get your platform boosted in certain ways, and it's like no, this is definitely something deeper. Like there is something else beyond just we want to make some money off of some clickbait. Nah, this is something else, right? GDI says there's literally a video with the thumbnail being the host stands that Zack sucks in my recommended tab. The channel name is literally yo. But hey, right? Yeah, crazy. All these links. Right? Yeah. I saw, we got, yep. The Zack Snyder hate does go to a personal level when you got, this is why, like, look, I've heard other platforms saying, hey, like, they got death threats. I've gotten death threats too. Like, why are we getting death threats? You know, like if this was just about, hey, it's just profitable to thrive on clickbait, right? Then no. This is something else. You dig? So the afternoon stream is crazy, right? Yeah. Nah. People getting unsubbed from, and he said Zach be tapping into our pineal gland. Hey, Marcus is getting to it, right? Wow, he said, "Wow, Mr. Wacky appears to the lizard brain, the reptilian brain." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said. Yeah, for facts. Why are we getting death? Hey, crazy. But I'm pretty sure that Zach don't pay no mind to it, right? He's just gonna keep rocking out, gonna keep setting records. You know what I'm saying? He said, um, another part of this thing. Oh man, I actually forgot to clip that part, and that was one that I wanted to bring. Was the whole part where he said that Rebel Moon has been viewed more times than Barbie, and that was also something else that people really got their cages rattled by, and it's like, yo, you guys, I don't know what else to tell you, like Netflix's business model is the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Like it has allowed Zach to go direct to consumer, and all that matters is the views. It cannot be hurt by none of these like these naysayers trying to drown out all of the only thing that matters is the views, right? And as long as he keep bringing eyeballs onto the platform, that is what is mostly important. So don't let anybody try to make y'all feel like Rebel Moon's future might be in jeopardy because they're trying to review bomb it or whatever. It makes no difference because everybody's gonna show up to watch. Zach is one of the most polarizing people on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody gonna have something to say, and all the haters is gonna be there, and all of the fans is gonna be there. So that translates into the world being there. You dig? To the sky. He obviously loves being at Netflix. Absolutely, yo. That was also something else that he really spoke about, like at length, right? And I was actually gonna save that and then highlight that in like a later stream, but no, Zach talking about Netflix has been one of the things that has made just me personally like the happiest because it lets me know that we really have been making the right moves trying to get this whole DCEU Snyderverse thing over to that platform. They've been rocking out with this man so much, and they offered him and his fan base a chance to really make Rebel Moon a huge thing, and we did that, and we're gonna do it all over again on April 19th. But yeah, just me personally, I know that we've been making the right moves trying to get this whole Snyderverse thing over to Netflix, and that's where it should be, and I believe that that's where it will be. So that man loves Netflix, and which is another reason why we wanted to kind of do something different and huge for 318, because I think that should be very obvious now. Like we've been getting so much, flack for trying to get this thing over to Netflix. And you've got people that still want to hope for Universal to buy and all that stuff. Which, like, look, I'm not gonna tell anybody don't dream, but I also think that that they're trying to use this whole Universal thing as like a bargaining chip. You know, WB being like, "Oh, hey, Steve, no, like honestly, if you know Universal buys it, then they could, don't that sound like a fucking bargaining chip? Like, ain't that what that sound like to y'all? Right? Like, it sounds like they're bargaining, you know, the fucking like with. I mean, they're using the Snyderverse fandom as a hey, look at why you guys should buy us too. Like, no, 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 no. We gave you guys ample opportunity in years, and years. And you guys did everything in your power to show us that our dollars didn't matter to you. And then when you had a chance to bring Zach back with this new regime, you chose to go in a whole different direction under James Gunn, which has been one of the most devastating moves to the entire DC fandom in recent history. I can't think of a thing that has been thought of as being more negative than Henry Cavill being fired. So yeah, they had their chance, right? Zach is over with Netflix now. They showing him mad love. They showing us mad love as a fan base, and I think that everybody that claims to be Zach fans should understand that, especially now, seeing that Zach has stated very explicitly how much he enjoys being over at Netflix. So for sure, P. And thank you for that comment, bro. All right, yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. You know I got over 1 million. You know what I'm saying? Said Netflix cracked the code a long time ago. That's what Hollywood says. Hollyweird is pissed off. Streaming war is over. Netflix won already. For sure. That's why you continue to see Max projects over. You know what I'm saying? Wait, didn't like Sex in the City or something else just go over there? Wasn't it something else that was like some big HBO exclusive that just went over there? Right? But then they want to keep trying to say that sale. Come on. Right? Neo7 says Netflix showing Zach love should have inspired Zach's fans to reciprocate the love back to Netflix, right? Right? Come on now. Don't make no sense, right? Don't make no sense to not rock out with Netflix. Zach seems very, very, very happy over there, right? But lastly, the last video that I wanted to kind of talk about was Zach's response to this whole fan base thing, man, and us being toxic. And I know that this moment kind of resonated with a lot of people. It resonated with me. I know that this moment resonated with Peely because of some of the things that he said and been doing ever since then. I know it resonated with Leon, but we see how protective Zach is over his fan base, yo. And how he's very protective over our legacy, and because they can't rewrite, that's what the scribe is all about, right? The scribes be trying to rewrite history, you know what I'm saying? But no, it is very important that history is told correctly, right? And them attempting to just label us as toxic forever, and trying to have that be the thing that leads the conversation off, it is absolutely trying to erase the legacy of what this fan base was able to achieve, right? With release the Snyder Cut and how we made a multi-billion-dollar corporation bend our wheel and do what was right, right? All because we refused to compromise on what we were asking for, right? And that same passion, that same drive, that same vigor that was in Release the Snyder Cut, that same energy is what has evolved into this Cell movement. Absolutely. So when they try to say, "Oh man, well, I mean, this is Rebel headquarters now." I have said that multiple times, but it's true. This is Rebel headquarters now, right? Because y'all made me. Hey man, thank you for stopping through, Peely. Appreciate you being here, bro. Right? Said not every single Zack Snyder fan is really a Zack Snyder fan. There are many. I call them Decepticons, bro. Right? There are many Decepticons among us. Facts. Right? But yeah, they'll try to label us as toxic. They'll come into our threads, come into our streams. Right? Crazy. But let's hear it from Zack. What did Zack say on the subject?
I was going through on that day when we filmed it, like what I was struggling with, what I was trying to deal with, is real. That's hard stuff. That was just life being lumpy for us. Just trying to make a movie, living in Canada, being away from the kids, just all that struggle. And then it's cool when, it's been cool for me that when the fandom and the movie, like in the case of Justice League, they lined up, where these people were like, no, we're not gonna. There's a movie out there that we want to see, and it's around a struggle that we had as a family, and all of it sort of came together. I always say, like, people are like, the fandom was toxic or whatever. They were so angry to get the cut that they were like. I go also, they literally, people's lives were saved by the money that those kids raised, like literal, like lives. Real tangible lives were saved by that money that those kids that you would say are these toxic fans, they're also responsible for the saving of lives. And that's just real. You have to acknowledge it, because if you don't, like, you in some ways, the legacy that they were able to create is like dismissed. And I can't.
Well, that's just a reductionist view of things that people always like to apply to things that are controversial, especially when they're talking about your fans and saying something like they're toxic. That's such a dismissive thing. No, there's going to be some elements of any passionate, rabid fans,
of course,
that are going to be toxic because it means so much to them. And that's what you have to understand. The reason why they're behaving the way they're behaving, and the reason why they're screaming is, first of all, they don't think they're being heard. And second of all, it means everything to them. These people that are like deeply invested in your films, and in particular like things that have like this sort of iconic history, like The Watchmen or like Batman. I mean, these are very important things to people.
100%.
It's like the same way people are fanatical about sports teams, the same way they're fanatical about, music.
It's tribal,
It's tribal.
100%.
It's very, very tribal.
Yo, shouts out to Joe Rogan as well, man, for like understanding these topics and being able to add something to the conversation as well, because he added a couple quotes that was like crazy, you know. But even he know, right, that there's always going to be a fringe minority, right? There's always going to be a fringe minority, and to sit there and focus on that is disingenuous, right? He said, "Let's just be honest." Right? Facts, Peely. Right? Nah, we are the evolution. TJ said, "Exit the restore crowd and the move on crowd are the biggest couple right now. They probably got come on, they got a baby together." The Sin says, "That's what the scribes do, guy. They write history from the supposed side of the victors. Their time in the sun is coming to an end, and they know it." Right? Hey, for sure. Right? It's tribal, soul tribes, right? Snyder speaks to a certain audience. Absolutely. Right. But what I took from that statement is that he is very, very protective over the legacy of release the Snyder cut and his fan base, yo. Because he knows, right? Like he has been in the trenches with us, right? Like he has met a whole bunch of his fans at, Snyder Con and at Full Circle and all this, right? And everywhere he goes, all these screenings, he's actually, meeting with the fans and having conversations with us, right? He met with me and have a conversation with me. So I know that he's willing to do that for the majority of his fans, right? Like, so he interacts with stuff all the time on Vero. He's tracking what we do. Um, uh, like I said, they knew about the sell shirts that we were going to be doing and all that stuff. Like, so, with these things happening and with us creating such a legacy of importance and really of good that we've done, this fan base has done so much good. Not even just the money for AFSP, and I want to highlight that. Not even just the money for AFSP. Zack Snyder's Justice League as a whole, like, changed people's lives, changed a lot of people's lives. I've heard this time after time after time in conversations with people, and they wouldn't have gotten to experience that if it had not been for what we did with Release the Snyder Cut, right? And just raising awareness for that film and getting it past the finish line, right? Of actually being able to be released. So that in and of itself, this fan base's legacy is really like untouchable, right? When it comes to fan bases, I mean, Star Wars ain't got nothing on us, right? Like there's no other fan base that has done the types of things that we've done, right? That have moved the needle so far on these topics to even make a multi-billion-dollar corporation cave in, right? And now we're about to get a conclusion to this shit, so it's even doper, right? It's really just a case of we need to be protective over our legacy as a fan base, and we should not and will not let outside people to try to come in and write our legacy for us and just try to have the conversation end at, oh my God, they were toxic, oh this, that, and the third, because we know who that really came from, like, you know. So yeah, I'm just saying, like, it look, Donner fans waited 25 years. Facts. What other fan base, right? What other fan base has done these things? That's why it's important for them to try to label us as toxic. That's why. Because they want the history to be that we didn't do these things. Crazy. This shit, Joker said it best. Everything burns, right? We know what's up. Once again, everybody that wants to be included in this raffle for this free month of Netflix, make sure that you guys are signed up for your memberships because I'm about to do this raffle in 1 second. So we letting y'all know. We letting y'all know right now. As you must stand right chill. They're talking about Batmite in the chat. You know what I mean? Crazy. They want to keep the artists and fans down. Yeah. J.A. says, hey, yo, there is a raffle. Yeah. He said, I already got Netflix. That's so dope. Hey, if you don't want to pay for it, all you gotta do is because I'm just gonna hit you with a code, and then you can enter the code in, and you'll get credit. You know what I'm saying? So 2 more likes. Hey, y'all, 2 more likes away from finishing the conquest. Right? Winners get to take the prom queen home, right? He said, wait, so who's the prom queen? The prom queen is the Snyderverse. You know what I'm saying? That's what we getting to take home. That's what we getting to take home is the Snyderverse. You dig? But yeah, we have to be protective over our legacy, and we will not allow. Man, no. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. All right. Y'all have completed the conquest. Let me go ahead and give y'all the drop that you guys have so earned. Let's see what our homie Decide thinks about y'all finishing the conquest.
You still owe the Great One 50,000 more worlds. He will hear your plea when you pay your debt.
Facts. Thank you guys for finishing the conquest. All right, saying facts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We about to get to it though. So yeah, I'm about to raffle this off. Somebody about to be the winner of a free month of Netflix, one of the members. Right? Let me go ahead and do this before hold on. Let me go ahead and pick somebody real quick. Y'all see that I ain't looking. Yo, D Broderick. D Broderick is the winner. D Broderick, I don't think he's in the chat right now, but if you watch this, catch this on Replay Crew. Go ahead and hit me on Twitter at Skywalker Tweets or Instagram at Skywalker the Jedi, and I will get you that code for your free month of Netflix, bro. Shouts out to the homie D Broderick, our lucky winner for the day. Now, y'all put your last questions and comments down in the bottom, right? We gonna start wrapping up. But just as a whole, man, like this interview was great. It was such a dope thing for us to be able to kind of chew on as Zack Snyder fans, right? Like it was a whole lot of great information in here. Yes, I do wish that Joe asked a couple of questions that would have kind of given us some more answers to some things that the fandom has been wanting to, kind of be said publicly, right? So, obviously, there's that. But just in terms of like general audience and exposure and just Zach and Joe representing in like a real way, this was a fantastic interview. I could not be more grateful that Joe even had Zach on. This came out of nowhere. I did not see this happening at all, but it kind of made sense when I thought about it because Zach was in Texas for that Rebel Moon screening that Josh Herrera was at. So thinking back, it's like, yo, he was in the area, right? And I just really think that him having the opportunity to go on the Joe Rogan Experience, which is like the largest podcast in the world, and really like be able to give his take on these subjects and to speak to his fan base and our legacy and his films and his passions and everything. It was just a really dope experience. So I'm very, very glad that we had this happen. And I'm looking forward to the next big Zach interview, right? When he goes on hey, we got to get Zach on like Club Shay Shay. You know what I'm saying? We got to get Zach on Lex Friedman, like like Peely was saying, valuetainment everywhere. Zach just need to go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Yeah. Shouts out to y'all. I see a lot of love for D Broderick in the building. Much love to D Broderick. Hashtag Zach Unfiltered. Right. Yeah. This was a super, super dope interview. We need Zack Snyder on PlayStation Showcase. Nah. Zach's more of an Xbox guy. Sorry to break it down to you, Curly Ray, but Zach's more of an Xbox guy. He said two of his favorite franchises was Gears of War and Halo. You know what I'm saying? I think that pretty much sums it up. So, hey, great stuff. But we got to get Zach on here. If we're going to get Zach on here one day, man, look, wait till that interview happens. We got to get that for the cause. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing him on Joe Rogan just made me realize that I have to like do an interview with Zach one of these days. I was like, man, I got to ask him all the questions, man. Like all the questions. And if you want to talk about breaking the internet, that's the one that he need to do that'll break the internet. That'll shut down everything because we're gonna talk about Sucker Punch, bro, the Snyder Punch, right? We gonna discuss everything, right? Nah, that's dope. Said he might do Pandora's Box. Necrowolf is working on it, right? Hey, that'd be crazy if you pull up on Pandora's Box. Right? He said, it's cool. When are we getting the Rebel Moon Xbox? I don't even know if that was a real thing. It looked real, but I don't know. I can't trust my eyes nowadays, right? Right. Zach on the Zack Snyder hour would be straight fire. Exactly, right? Have Zach pull up to the Zack Snyder hour. Oh my God. And see, and now I already got the whole damn title and everything in my head, right? See, nah. That was crazy though. But anyway, we about to get on out of here, yo. I ain't about to sit on here and keep waxing poetically about getting the Zack Snyder interview. That was crazy. It was just dope being able to see him on like a long form type thing. Right. Yo, go deep, right? Zach, yo, hey, somebody get Zach people on the phone and say, hey, the next time he want to do like one of these long form sit downs, with a YouTuber, right? When he ain't too busy with Lex Friedman and Joe Rogan, and all them, he ain't got to go to people that's gonna have people writing toxic hole in the comment section of an AFSP stream when they the moderator. You know what I'm saying? When they moderating the chat. Like, we ain't gonna do none of that weird stuff over here. We ain't gonna be, not reading people's super chats and you know what I'm saying, like doing all that. Hey, come on over to Cell, man. Yo, come on over to Cell, yo. Right? Cell is the way. Y'all know what's up. Hey, thank you, Peely. Right? We speaking this into existence, says Bishop. Leon said, get Wes on the phone. Yeah, somebody get Wes on the phone right now. Be like, look, Wes, Sky said he's ready. They're like, Wes needs to call Zach, like, yo, hey, Sky said he's ready, Zach. He's like, all right. This is the way for real. Y'all killing me, yo. Cell is the way for real. Facts. Yes. That shit was a disgrace. Right? Yeah. Not getting people that make distasteful jokes in chats. Right? Yeah. And was moderating it. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy part. It ain't the part that where people were saying crazy stuff in the chat. It was that the moderator did it. That's what was crazy. You know what I'm saying? When you got AFSP executive zone and your moderator is disrespecting people in the chat and not reading super chats, canceling them, you know what I'm saying, blocking people because they tweeting, they're commenting hashtag stale. Yeah, like if you don't want to be on streams where all that type of stuff is happening, Zach, come on over to the Syndicate Network and we'll set something up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wes. Hey, shout out to Wes. Wes was working hard, yo. I swear to God. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is great, man. Love y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here. We gonna be back soon with another Zack Snyder hour, and I got some more videos dropping for you guys that I'm gonna be recording today. On some different topics. It's gonna be some shorter videos too. Got some stuff that I'm going to be putting out on Still Nation Sports Network pretty soon as well. Because we're going to be talking about some stuff on there too. So, man, y'all just be on the lookout. Thank you for being here. All right, we about to close on out. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Peace.